Yeah, we're going to have a reprieve from the cold conditions, but we have opportunities for snow here coming on for tomorrow, and then there's another opportunity, a little better opportunity going for Saturday evening. Tonight's system is a cold front associated with a warm front, low pressure. It actually is multiple systems along this thing, but this is one of the first one that's going to come through, and eventually we will see that cold front swing through probably later Friday evening, setting up some colder conditions for Saturday, but it's going to provide an opportunity for some light snow. Not a big amount, but definitely some. These are our temperatures tomorrow, which is going to help with the light snowfall that create more probably wet roads than anything else, given that the hourly snow rate that falls with this is not that significant. But that's what we'll be seeing tomorrow, so generally get out and enjoy this because we may not see it again for a few days. As you wake up too, we're going to see conditions fairly still dry. We'll start seeing some of that light snow begin to approach the area here, but not really until about noon. And even then, it's still a little bit of hit and miss activity here throughout the afternoon time frame. This is morning time frame. And then as we get closer to morning, here is the line that's actually starting to sit up towards Minneapolis there. Look at the temperatures at this point. We're in the teens to near 20, so definitely a difference in temperature. The south wind that'll be fairly light. This area of light snow will probably get closer to Eau Claire after about 9:30, maybe 10, and then we'll start seeing it west of La Crosse probably by 10. La Crosse maybe around 11 to noon. Now it's going to kind of come across the area, but it's not that significant in amount, or at least as it hourly falls. So expect just some wet roads through the afternoon, temperatures in the 20s. Eventually this activity kind of gets across the area. By the time we get to the evening commute, most of the snowfall should be done with at this point. But the temperatures overall mid to upper 20s near 30, and that's why we'll probably see more wet roads than anything else given these temperatures and the light snow. For Friday evening, it's fairly quiet. We're going to see a little breaks in the clouds, so we'll kind of wake up probably Saturday with a little bit of sunshine. Temperatures then falling back. Here's your amounts too, and right now it's generally 1 to 2, and I think better as you go further west and north where that band kind of stays together a little bit. As it goes further east, it kind of breaks up, so don't expect much more than that. Further south and west south you go, more opportunity to see less of the amount of snow, so that's what we're looking at for that system. Saturday, it's going to be cold but quiet too. Temperatures back in the upper teens and low 20s. Remember, we should be in the low to mid 30s this time of year, but the snow should hold off for most of the day. This next event really dives south. You can see it right in the Dakotas. Dive southward. This is where you could pick up a little bit more snow, and I've gotten 3D look there that can see where those dark blues are. That's where you probably could get close to maybe an inch per hour at some point. And it's going to be south of I-90 through the evening hour, and eventually after midnight it'll kind of push east. Further north you go with this system, you're not going to see a lot of snow, especially north of Eau Claire. Probably just even clear skies as you get further north. So that's what we're looking with that system, which will clear out in time for Sunday morning. The amounts on this are more on the higher side as you go further south. You can see you're starting to see 2 to 4 just south of La Crosse. You get a little bit further south, they could get more than 4 to 5. We'll have to keep an eye on this system. Travel impacts are possible, and then it's going to be a cold but dry Sunday. And next week we got more snow on the way too, but we do have some milder temperatures. As you see, we do approach freezing Tuesday and Wednesday before that system with some snow brings our temperatures back down towards the end of the week. So still below average throughout most of the period, except maybe Tuesday, when we do have opportunities for snow. And like I said, if you got travel plans, keep an eye on Saturday evening, especially if you're heading south and west of La Crosse.
All right, a busy 8-day right there. Thanks, Greg.